La da 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 dee, la da 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 da. They still gon' hate, no matter what I do, no matter what I do. They still gon' hate. People said I wouldn't be la da 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 dee. Just tell me, keep it coming. I hit the club, park valet. No matter what I do, they still gon' la da 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 da. People said I wouldn't be la da 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 dee. Cold like winter, step in my arena. About 5'5", tell me have you seen her? Dudes wanna flirt and girls wanna be me.
Hi everybody, hope you guys can hear me. This is the first episode of Conversations with Friends. I'm going to take you along the ride with me while I try to heal my spirit and my soul. I'm going to give you some background on who I am and where I come from, things that happened to me in my past that made me who I am. You're also going to hear stories about my daughter, music. I'm going to give you a trigger warning. If you have ever been through anything and had a hard time, you may be triggered with some of the things that I'm going to say. I'm going to start off by saying my name is Charlene Taylor. I'm 58 years old. I was a single mother to a daughter. She was recently murdered in December. I am the owner, founder of Promotionz. My daughter is Sweets Mafiosa. She is my heart and my soul. I am here to promote the independent artists. I'm still going to do what she needs me to do. But along on that journey, I'm going to take you guys for a ride to my mental health and getting my spirit back. Start off with this story time. I was born in the south side of Chicago. At least that's what the story was. Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. I was born on the south side of Chicago. At least that's what the story was. In actuality, I was not born on the south side of Chicago. I was born in Arkansas. How I came to be, that was a family secret until I turned 30, 28, 29 years old. That was the family secret. So I was not adopted. I was given away. I was given to what you would call in the black neighborhood, Big Mama, by a woman who had got pregnant and her husband was away in the army. Good start to life, right? It's a great start. Okay. So with that being said, that was my beginning. My grandmother took me in, which she was 77 years old at the time. Now you have a newborn. You're 77. You're too old to take care of a child. But she had a son who had a girlfriend. They didn't have any children, so they got me. Okay. This young woman was 19 years old. Ended up being my mother. She took me in when she didn't have to. My father was just her boyfriend. They got married because of me, because that's what you did when you had children, you got married. Now, I'm going to put a pin in that because we're going to come back to that later. Growing up, my father never showed me anything but love, and my mother too. So it's not their fault that I'm a miserable person. It's not their fault. It's what kind of it is, because they lied. I didn't find out that I was the secret until my father got sick in 1990. And I had to go get him. And in clearing out your parents' home, you find things. I accidentally found a letter where the female who gave birth to me was giving me away to Big Mama. And she let them know that I was never to know her as a parent. I was never to know my father or her parents. And at the end of that letter, she said, Merry Christmas. Wow. I was giving away like a Christmas gift. Great start, right? We're going to come back to that. I'm not going to say that I had a great, if it could have just been me and my mother, my father, things would have been perfect. I couldn't have asked for nothing, nobody better than Pete and Betty. I could have not asked for better parents. But it was the people around them that knew that I was not of their body. Everybody knew but me. So imagine growing up. Everybody know that you're the secret. That's another thing I need to understand. Why do Black people have secrets? What is it? Come on. I mean, I used to wonder why I hated women that gave up their children. I used to hate women that had abortions. I had a problem with that. And I didn't even know why. It was at a young age. And I'm just going back. I'm trying to heal. So in order for me to heal, I have to go back over this stuff. And I'm only talking out on doing this as a podcast because I need to get my shit in order, because there are things that I'm supposed to do for my child and she's not here and I have to do it. So I have to heal from all of that. And I'm doing the best I can. But in order for me to heal, I have to relive. I have to relive the trauma of everything that happened. And so within that family, ages, I would say kindergarten, which was Head Start. I was in Head Start, Parkside Elementary in Chicago. Head Start, I had 2 grown-ass men. Family, okay? Family members that thought that it was okay to abuse me. And you wonder why, people wonder why kids don't tell or people don't tell. They knew how to get me, because the first thing my Uncle Dave said was, while he was doing this thing, he said to me in my ear, if you tell, they're gonna take you from your mom and your daddy. How do you tell a kid that? How do you tell a preschooler that? Because that's all they know is their mom and their dad. But it was easy for him to tell me that because I didn't belong to them. Okay? I did not belong to them, so it was easy. The other one, that was my auntie's husband. Now, the first one was my daddy's brother. Now, I got my daddy's brother and my auntie's husband. I couldn't say shit. I couldn't say anything. And when I got old, after I gave birth to my daughter, it was something that came up with a conversation between me and my brother. He was giving some kind of praise to my uncle, which he didn't even know my uncle. He wasn't even born when my uncle died. Okay, he just heard stories about him. So you live in secondhand. Yeah, those were my uncles, darling. Yes. Yeah. In the family, you keep it in the family when you're ready to abuse somebody. You got to keep it in the family, right? So anyway, there was a conversation between me and my brother, and he was praising my uncle for something, and I blurted it out. Well, why are you praising him? And all this was going on. This is what he was doing to me. Well, my brother ran back and told his mama. The first thing she said to me when she walked into my house was, if you didn't tell it then, you shouldn't have told it now. Bitch, I was preschool. That's why people don't tell. That's why they don't tell. Okay? And like I said, the trigger warning. If this is not a conversation that you want to hear, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to heal. And I'm going to do this. And this is the way I have to do it. Okay? I have to expose people for what they are and what they did. Maybe somebody else can be saved. Stop telling your children to be quiet. Stop telling them to stand a child's place. A child should be seen and not heard. I was not heard because I was told to shut up. But see, I didn't want my daughter to go through that. Yeah, how that turned out. Okay. Now, like I was going to let me get back to the story. Went through all of that, and my parents separated in 1969. So that was the end of the what white people call the nuclear family. But my father never missed a beat. He was never out of my life. He was never out of my life. I could not have handpicked a better man to be my father. So in a way, whoever the woman was that gave birth to me and gave me away, I mean, they didn't just give me, they didn't do an adoption, people. They didn't do an adoption. They gave me away and then lied about my birthplace. Now, I didn't find none of this out until after I found the letter and showed it to my mother. And then she pretended like, I forgot. How do you forget that you didn't give birth to a person? How did you let me go 31 years, 30 years, not knowing that there's whole another family out there that knows about me, but I'm just out here swinging in the wind. No wonder I never felt part of that. I've always felt alone. So yeah, I hung out by myself. And now my daughter's gone. All I have left is my son-in-law, and we are struggling mentally. So we both need to heal, and this is what I'm doing. I'm going to heal this way. I'm going to let it out because I'm not the only one that's dealing with issues. Couldn't be. I want my business to flourish, but I got to get myself in order to be able to do that. I have to. I have no choice. Jazz left me here with responsibilities. And I'll be damned if I let her down in death. I'll be damned if I let her down. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be strong. And I'm going to smile even when it hurts. But let me get to telling you how I came to be. My father was abusive to my mother. I watched that as a kid. Be careful what you're doing for your children because they remember it. They remember all of it. And I turned around and let it happen to my daughter. She remembered it. I remember my father had my mother in the corner. I remember her begging. I remember her running. I remember the slaps. But that was when he was drunk. So when they tell you about alcohol, this is another reason why I don't drink. Because my daddy, the love of my life, the man that raised me, was a stone cold alcoholic. But guess what? He didn't miss a day from work. He did not miss a day from work. And he had 3 jobs. So I know about men. He was not a good husband. Well, it turned out being honest, he turned out to be a good husband after they separated. Okay, he became more attentive after they separated. Now you mean to tell me she had to leave you for you to get it right? He had a string of women. My mother didn't do that, but even though she listen, I don't even. My mother was more. I never seen her really get angry. I've heard about her, when she was on the street, she did her thing, but she never did anything in front of me. She never had a string of men coming in and out the house, even though she got pregnant twice. And in one of her pregnancies, I was outside playing. He used to live in Chicago on the south side, 87th Street. And, back then, when your parent told you to go outside to play, you didn't come back. You didn't wander back and forth in the house. So we was outside playing tag or whatever the hell we was doing. And somebody said, "Your mama pregnant." I broke down in tears. My mama's not pregnant. My mama's fat. Because if I admit that my mother's pregnant, that means she was doing it. My mother wasn't doing it. Okay? That's how I was raised. And before my parents broke up, Christmas was like, I didn't know I was black. I didn't know I was broke. I didn't know I was unwanted. I didn't know I was a second-class citizen, because in my household, it was normal. Christmas time came, there was nothing. There was no tree, no nothing, no gifts. It was just tomorrow's Christmas Day. They wake me up. There's a full tree decorated from the ceiling all the way to the floor. There's 2 rocking chairs with cookies and milk, the cookie has been out of, and the milk has been drank out of. So usually that's reserved for what they would call the other people. But no, we did it in our household too. And that's how I was raised. Yeah, I lived in the hood, but I'm from the hood, but I'm not the hood. I'm not a hoodlum. I'm not a fighter. I'm not none of that. But I knew how to survive, because I had to learn how to survive in my own home. Okay, baby. I had to learn how to survive in my own home. So when you learn at an early age how to survive and adapt, that's what I've been doing. Learning how to survive and adapt. 58 years old, I never thought I would have to relearn everything, because I had pushed it all back. I had just got rid of it. It is what it is. That's what happened. But it's wrong. It was wrong. You don't do that to a kid, because they turn into a damn near old lady and just wonder, what did she do wrong? And I know it's happening to more than just me. I know it happened to me. It's happening to boys and girls. Black, white, it's happening everywhere. And right now, it is crazy. It is crazy out here. I mean, they're snatching kids off the street. You think your child is safe when you send them to school. They're not safe. Watch out for your kids. And then when they come and tell you something, listen to them. If they start acting differently, listen to them. When they start acting out, check it out. It's not a damn game. Okay? It's not a game. There are predators out there. They be the person sitting right next to you. I'm just trying to understand. I don't know. What makes a person, why would you even think about having sex with a child? What in your vernacular makes you think that is okay? It's not. It's not cute. It's not okay. As I was growing up, my mother had friends, not people I picked, because if I had to pick, they wouldn't have been in her life, period, because they had no goals, none, did nothing great, talked about nothing really. Nothing to enhance their life. But I was the outcast. And after I found out that my parents weren't my parents, I lost it. I went on a deep end. I lost it. Okay? Because as far as I was concerned, this is my mother. You're my mother, and this is my father. This is who I represent. So when I go out in the street, I'm attached to something. I'm attached to someone that would look at me like, we don't live like that. We don't do that. We don't act that way. But I started doing all kind of wild shit when I found out that they weren't my parents anymore. And that got me into trouble later. So I had to come back to myself and remember, no, that's not what we do. That's not how you live, Charlene. That's not how your parents raised you. That's not what we do. So I had jazz, because I'm skipping over a lot of stuff because it's really crazy. I had jazz on purpose because I got tired of being the caregiver for other people's children. They were living life. I wanted to have my own. I wanted to love my own. I wanted my child to know every day that I loved them. There was not a day that went past I didn't say I love you, even when we were fighting. And we fought because she was me and I was she. And not in a good way on a lot of things, because turn around, same thing happened to her within her extended family on the other side. Person is supposed to be protecting you, molesting you. And the stories that my daughter ended up telling me what happened to her with that particular person, it is horrendous. I didn't know what happened, and I blame myself. But I also blame other people because they put her in a position for it to happen behind my back. That's another story. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in another episode, because I'm not going to stay on here long. Maybe 30 minutes, because I know people tune out because they have their own problems. But like I said, I'm here to maybe let somebody else know it's okay, that you'll survive, because I'm going to survive this. Even with the way my daughter left this earth, I'm going to survive it, and I'm going to thrive, and I'm going to finish her work. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only thing I can do. So I'm going to use this podcast to heal my spirit and my soul. Whether I have people listen or not, it's just me talking into the air. That's why I did it this way instead of being on camera. It's better for me to talk this way because I can speak freely without feeling funny, and I can just talk, because that's what I need. I need to talk. And I don't want a therapist, so don't go get therapy. Did that. That's another story. Therapy. Which was a joke. A joke for her and a joke for me too. Because, like I said, that's a whole nother story. I didn't even know if I wanted to get online today to do the podcast. I really didn't. I wasn't sure if I even had the energy. Even after I scheduled the live, I was not sure if I wanted to get on here and just talk, or talk to anybody. But then I thought about it. Okay, supposed to do one thing every day that you didn't do yesterday. And I've been putting off doing this podcast for a while. And it's time for me to go and put my big girl panties on and get out here and do what I'm supposed to do. That is help independent artists, keep my daughter's music alive, and do the things that she needs to do, she wanted to do for the neighborhood. In order for me to do that, I cannot be in bed curled up like a ball. I have to be out here, and I have to do it myself. I have to do it because I can't depend on anybody else. Because after the funeral, life went on for everybody else. Life didn't go on for me. I'm stuck. Walking in motion, just stuck. And I don't want to be like this forever, because it's not going to serve any purpose. It's not going to help. But I am going to tell my story along the way in order for me to get through it. Hi, New Zealand. How are you, Johnny? Glad to see you stop through. Thank you. This podcast is actually me doing my live and getting to know some of the people in my chat, and because we are from a what you would call an independent music community. And I talked to these people behind the scenes. Many of them said I had a story to tell. I don't know if people want to hear it. I don't know if it will resonate with anybody. I'm lost, and I don't know. I'm babbling. That's what's happening. I'm babbling. This is what I was afraid of, the babble part. Because there's so much I want to say, so much on my mind. But I don't want to run anybody off, because you might hear something that may help you recognize when a friend of yours is in trouble and they're not saying anything. Because there's a lot of people, a lot of kids in trouble, and not saying anything because nobody wants to listen. Nobody hears them, because it's sit down and shut up and be seen and not be heard. I don't know if I want to be seen, but I need to be heard. I need to be heard that you're hurting kids out here. My daughter wanted to be a mother so bad, and I wanted to be a grandmother. We'll never have that. I'll never be that, because of somebody else's decision. So when people tell you have time, don't listen to that, because time waits for no damn body. And that's a true statement. The next day after my daughter died, people were still playing music. They were still shooting up. They were still smoking. They were still drinking. Nobody's going to wait for you. Nobody's going to mourn you. So, I mean, they're going to keep doing whatever they was doing. If they were low vibration, they're going to be low. If they were low vibration before you died, they're going to be low vibration after you gone. Nothing's going to change, because you can't save people that don't want to be saved, and that was the biggest problem me and my daughter had. And I know where she got it from, and I used to get on her case about it, but she said, "Mama, you did it," but that's not the point. I'm trying to get you to understand. Everybody that sits up under you is not your friend. That comes to family or the person on the street. You have to look out for yourself and be wise enough to know the difference. You have to sit back and just listen sometimes. Listen to people's conversation. If you listen to them long enough, they'll tell on themselves. They will tell everything you need to know. If you sit back and listen, that's all you got to do is listen. I have been sitting back and most of the time people don't even know I'm on Facebook, because I sit back and I watch the shenanigans, and it's sickening. It's so sickening. So many phonies out here. Let me give my shout outs now, because I'm going to end the live in about 3 or 4 more minutes. Like I said, this is going to be a quick one. I'm going to give a shout out to Green Game Entertainment, my little brother Geddes Willis and his wife Melissa, Dread Red, Hookman Joe, Joseph Sangster, Neil the Deal. That's my family, Black Waters. That is what it is. I'm going to give a shout out to Iron Throne Radio, Nassim, my baby. That's my girl. No Sleep, Rich and Alexander. Got my back and I got his. You want to get promoted, and you want to get promoted well on the ground, get in touch with Rich Alexander. No Sleep, Big Rich. Okay. And you got Candy Solid Circle at Tap In Radio. You got Chris Nonsense over at Dorky Review Show. These are the places that I go and I'm comfortable, and I can and I know they are on their job, they're on their business, and I appreciate them holding me down. You know, I appreciate everybody that comes to the live show and listen to the music. I'm going to be going live. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think we want to go 3 times a week. Starting at 6 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. One of those days I'll be just doing music reviews. I haven't decided when, but when I do that, I want to have a panel. It won't just be me deciding what music goes on my podcast or goes to their different radio stations. So that's the panel I'm trying to set up now, because when I do it, I don't want it to be just me saying something is bad because I didn't like it. You need to know if it's going to be promoted, if it's going to sound good in the clubs. I want to have DJs on my panels, actual people that are actually out there doing it. Engineers, those are the people that will be sitting on my panel. I'm not going to be playing games with you. I'm not going to lie to you, and just because you know me, you're not going to get a pass. If I don't like the song, I don't like the song. So Playlist Promotions will be coming with music reviews. But on this particular live, Conversations with Friends, it's me off the cuff going through my stuff. I'm going to figure out how to separate the two. And I just want people to just pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to who comes into your life and what their motivation is. Especially around your children. You know, because I'm dealing with a lot of crap that started just from that lie. That one lie where they thought they were doing good. Holding a secret. And I end up being the secret. And I'm trying to figure out, it's crazy, because my daughter went to find out who I was, and so she did a 23andMe. 1,500 biological cousins out there, third, fourth generation, fifth generation cousins. And as you go down the pipeline, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. The hell. Anyway, I think I found a second cousin, but she was adopted too. So it's a lot of people out there just giving away their kids. Yes, a lie is a lie, good or bad, especially when you're talking about somebody's life, you know, because that comes back up even when I'm not particularly sad. It comes up. The lies come up, because now I want to know what made you think that I wasn't smart enough to understand that I was adopted, that my mother was a whore, you know. So I have these questions for these people, but they're gone now, because I probably could have got answers, but the way I found out made me not try to get answers. Okay, I didn't want to hear anything. I just know that you lied to me, especially when it's your parent, the people that you love the most walking on the earth. Come on, man. That's how come I didn't want Jasmine to leave this planet not knowing everything she needed to know about me. So we held those difficult conversations. You know, no, it wasn't always gravy. It wasn't always perfect, but it was perfect for us in the end. Because we started to recognize, after we started to try to get more spiritual, and I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about becoming more spiritual, coming into our own and opening up our eyes and researching and reading and finding out where we came from. And our personalities, things started to change for the better for us. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I still didn't get on her nerves. And I'm not going to say that she didn't still get on my damn nerves. I'm not going to tell that lie. That would be a lie if I said that. But we ended up loving each other more than we hated each other, more than we got on each other's nerves, because we started to recognize when we were about to cross the line. And we end up being closer and closer and closer and closer. So I feel bad for women that don't have that relationship with their daughters. or with their children. Because I would not have traded that little girl for nothing on this earth. There's nothing that man could give me that would have made me give up my child. Nothing. And if I could bring her back, I would do that if I could, if it was possible. Do you know how devastating it is to go all your life and usually you can fix things and get it done yourself? But when they say death, you cannot fix that. So now I gotta wait until she comes to guide me back to where I'm supposed to go. How long is that gonna last? How many years I gotta wait? How many days? How many months? How many minutes? I don't know. So I have to get up every morning, cry it out, because she's not coming down the stairs. And yes, I left off my story because it intertwines. Everything in my life led me to having her. Everything that was wrong with me made me make mistakes in her life. So the one thing I'm glad that happened is that I was able to look my daughter in her beautiful brown eyes and tell her I'm sorry. That I was sorry for everything that happened to her and everything that I missed. I never got that. When she left this earth, she knew I loved her because I made sure she knew. This was not her decision. She didn't leave me on purpose. Somebody else made that decision for her. So I'm going to pick up whatever broken pieces I can. I'm going to go forth. And I'm going to promote online like me and her want it. I'm going to do this podcast like me and her want it. Not like somebody else want it. I'm going to do it the way me and Jasmine, Sweets Mafios, the way we wanted it done. Right? Rise and take off good. If it don't, it is what it is. That's where I'm at. But I don't see it. If I don't try, that's an automatic failure. So I can't do that. So I'm here and I'm talking and I'm praying that at the end of the day, when I finish, somebody else will not feel so alone like I did. They'll feel like it's okay to be like they are, but to always try to better themselves, to maybe open your heart a little bit. Mine isn't open completely because it's still broken. But I have no choice. I have all these things that I have to take care of. And now they're nothing but things. I look around and it's just things. I got a bunch of crap. I don't have the most important thing. My other person. My mini me. So I owe her, the little girl she was, and I owe the little girl that I was to get through it. I owe 4 and 5-year-old Charlene the chance to have a life, even at 58, even if it's only for a little while. I owe her to get done and to finish this. That's why I got upstairs and I'm in here and I'm doing it. I'm not looking for anything from anybody. I need to cleanse my spirit, my soul, my heart. If I say something during the podcast that gets back to the people that were involved, I don't care. I don't care. You didn't talk to me then, don't talk to me now, but I'm going to tell my side and I'm going to tell my story and the way I see it and the way I saw it. I have no repercussions because everybody that did something to me is dead. They're all dead. You know, they're all gone. So I have to speak out into the air. And like I said, therapy is not going to be part of it because that works for some people. I tried it. I'm going to heal my spirit with me and my maker, between me and my maker, and I'm going to find out who he is, and we're going to talk. He's going to help me heal. Because I cannot wake up every day and feel like this. I can't do it if it's not functional. You just not being a functioning human being and a part of society. Because people are crying about wearing a mask and being able to go outside and shake their ass. I've been in the house so long. When COVID-19 came and they said stay in the house, I was cool. I didn't care. So what? I've been ordering offline for months. So this is nothing new. It's nothing new. I don't care about staying away from people because people suck. For the most part, you know, you have people around you for 20 years. And then when they get that opportunity, they will do something to you. So yes, my circle is tight. My circle is so small, it's a dot. Okay. My dogs lose their mind because people don't come here. We don't have an open house. Open house will get you in trouble. Just because you know them don't mean they need to be in your house all the time. Because everybody that you praying, feeding ain't on your side. That's been happening to us a lot too. They feeding and screwing and using your toilet paper and doing everything else. But you the first one they'll go get. You the first one they hurt. Especially when you stop being a fool. That's the journey I'm on. I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to heal my spirit. I'm trying to heal my heart. And if there's anybody else out there that needs to heal their spirit and their heart, you can come along with me. We can sit down and talk. Maybe we can come up with a plan. Maybe we can come up with something to help each other. You know, because I'm in a rut and I don't want to stay here. It's not good. It's not cool. This is not cool. This ain't it. You know, this is not how a person should live. You shouldn't want to be by yourself all the time. But I do. But then I don't. But then I do. And that sounds really crazy to what they call the average person. But in my mind, it's just how I've been living for over 40 years. Yeah, 58. Yep, over 40 of them. I haven't really had contact with a whole bunch of people that I wanted to have contact with. Most of the friends I had were because Jazz knew everybody. I mean, she would know the gay guys walking down the street. They would know her by her first name. It's a little girl. Hey, they was her friends because she didn't look down on. She looked down on nobody. She didn't bother me. I was just amazed that she had that spirit and nobody taught it to her. See, I know a good person. Yes, she had her demons. I don't care. So, okay. So what? Everybody got them. But her spirit and her heart, I'm still in awe of the things that I've been told that she did, even the stories, the things that she did before she died for people. Kind of pissed off about it. A couple of things she did that really aggravated my soul, annoyed the hell out of me because they didn't deserve what she went and did. And if I'm sitting up here thinking about it now, it's really starting to irk my soul again at the thought that she wouldn't did that for somebody. You know, yeah, everybody got demons, everybody, you know, so nobody's perfect. So I cannot look down on the next man for nothing. I've known people that walked in my house and just got fresh out of jail. Didn't know them, but they came over with somebody else. I sit down and I talk to them. I can still hold conversations with those people today because I treated them like human beings. Because I know how I feel to be on the low end of the totem pole and people look down on you. I know how I feel. People think I ain't shit right now. Right now. There are people that's talking about my back right now. And I got a pretty good idea of who they are. But guess what? They're not feeding, financing, or fucking me. It does not matter what they think or how they feel. Because they're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But you cannot point the finger at me and how I live when you live in dirty yourself. I know, Johnny, you're exactly right. I do. I have good and bad in me because I have days when I'm still trying to heal and be a good, better person. And I still have those moments when I'm like, oh, I could do this, that. I would love to see this, that, and the other happen to somebody. But I have to think about it. Karma is a bitch. The things you say out loud or the things that you think can come back to haunt you. You could say something about somebody that ain't, and it'll turn around and happen to you. So you have to be careful what you say about people and how you treat people. I try to treat people like they treat me. Yup. Operate on feel, on the vibe. I'm sorry. Sorry. I know how to remove myself from a situation. I know how to quietly exit stage left. Okay. Because here lately, I've seen some things. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't feel right. So you don't have to ask me to leave because I know how to leave on my own. Door swings both ways. And if I feel like something isn't right, or you have an agenda, or if you're the type of person that can pass gossip, I don't do that. I don't do that. If you can pass gossip about somebody you know and you've been knowing them for a long time, what you care about me ain't nothing. So now I got to handle you different. I have to handle you different. You know, I have to treat you the way you showed me to treat you. If you act like a snake, I gotta get away from you because I can't trust nothing you said because you're a liar. You're a snake. Because you crawled on your belly to get at your friend. They didn't even see you coming. So if you did that to a friend and I'm watching you, oh, no. We're not doing that. Not Charlene Marie Taylor, we're not. I'm still Pete and Betty's daughter. They're not here, but I'm still their daughter. And I'm not going to play both sides. You know, I thought about doing certain things just because. But then I thought about it. No, just leave it alone and let it die and move on and figure out a different way of doing things. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to figure out how to see the little avatar. I made her myself. Well, actually, Ashley drew it. I mean, well, she did the thingy thing with the stars and the mafias. She did that, but I learned how to put it on this podcast myself. So as I learn, my channel, my podcast will grow. It is what it is. I would teach myself how to add the music, how to set the studio back up, because after Jazz passed away, I took her studio equipment down. I'm going to teach myself how to do cartoons, music cartoons. I'm going to teach myself how to do I'm going to teach myself how to promote myself better, how to market myself. I'm going to do that. Hi, Sue. How are you? Yeah, I'm going to teach myself. I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet. I know I have friends out there that are willing. The way my pockets are running right now, and by y'all being good at what you do, I feel funny taking anything free from anybody. That's just the way it is. So until I can pay, I gotta let it lay. I just gotta let it sit still. You know, it'll come to me. My ancestors, my guiding rock, my spiritual leader, whoever it is, and when they agree to save my ass, they'll come. When they agree to tell me what next move to make, they'll tell me. I'll make the move then. But until then, I'll be on my computer trying to figure out how to do this and how to do that on my own. I've been doing that for a long time, since I was 18. I've been doing it, But I just want to say it in closing, because I'm ready to get up off of here, is if you have your children around you, don't let them think you don't love them. At least say, I love you. At least tell your kid, I love you and I want the best for you. Even if you think they're not listening. Because I thought at one time Jasmine wasn't listening to the things I said, because she was going through a period of rebellion. And she was rebellious. She was rebellious. She was doing all kind of crazy shit. But you know what? It seemed crazy, but I had did it too. When I think about it, the same exact thing that she I thought was crazy. When I sat back and thought about it, this little girl is doing the same exact thing that you did. Same exact thing. But now you act like you don't know what she's talking about. Yes, every day you have to tell them. And keep talking to them, even when you think they're not listening, Johnny. Especially that daughter. You make sure she knows that she got you, man. Because there's one thing I knew. My father may not have been a good husband, but he was oh my God, I could not have picked a better man to be my daddy. No, he was not a good husband. He was not a good man to women. But he was perfect for me as far as a daddy was concerned, because he taught me everything I needed to know about what I didn't want. Okay? Had I listened to him instead of just brushing it off because I thought he was just being drunk, I'd be in a better position than I am right here, right now. I don't want that to happen to another little girl. I want these little girls, if your daddy is around, even if he's not in the house with your mama, pay attention to what he says. Pay attention. Because a lot of stuff I thought was a game, this is not a game. It is not a game out here. It's not. People will snake you and you didn't see it coming because you wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you irritate her. I wish my dad was around now to irritate me. He asked me a year before he died, 2 years, maybe 2 years, 2.5 years before he died. When am I going to have a grandchild, Charlene? I said, man, I think I was like 27, 28, no, 29. He said, when am I have a grandchild? I said, man, listen, I don't even know about all that, bro. Had I known that my daddy was about to leave me, I'd have put in more effort, but I was not. I'm not into men. I'm not into women. I'm just not into none of that. Okay? So if I indulge, it's on purpose. It's strictly for me. Okay? I've done away with all of that emotional gushy with the opposite sex thing. I gave that up years ago. Years ago, because it wasn't for me. I was too much of my daughter. I was too much of my father's daughter. Because if I have to do the thinking for you and you the man, what do I need you for except for sex? Oh no, she's not. But okay, if you annoying, then you already know why then, bro. If she acts like that towards you, then you annoying her, then that's what you had it coming. You had it coming. Jazz wanted to come to the Netherlands. She has so many plans. She has so many plans, But like I was saying, my father just taught me that if I have to do all the thinking and I have to do all the heavy lifting, I can do it by myself. Because one thing he said to me, he said, I'd rather see you with an old man that's taking care of you than one of these young ones that's using you and taking and abusing you. See, I didn't want neither one. Okay? Because as a kid, I paid attention. And marriage just was not something that I wanted. Now, see, that's another thing I was in awe of my daughter. She got married. She loved her husband. Not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But the fact that she even took the step was to me, because that was something that I never wanted that. I could never stand a person long enough to think about getting married. So, and then I'm like this. This is what another thing. I know my story time. I'm gonna finish off next episode. This is how I am. I'm like this. If I'm with you, I want to be on the same exact page as you. If we're not on the same page, it's not going to work. It's not. So, like one guy I met, he was a preacher. That was a definite no-go for me, because I was still doing some street stuff. Why would I go into your life and mess it up, knowing that I'm not going to be right? I knew I wasn't going to be right. I knew I don't like people enough to get into a relationship. That is sad. When you don't like people enough to get into a relationship, now you know what? It would be real cool to be in a relationship if you didn't have to talk to me, if you didn't come to my house every day, if I didn't have to touch you and you didn't be wanting to touch me. You know, we just sit down and blow up, but every now and then, woohoo, every now and then when I felt like it, cool, without me feeling like that. So there's no sense in me doing that, because I'm not going to have the X, which none of them S's is going to happen. I'm not going to kiss you. I'm not going to do that. I'll feed you. I'm not going to go out with you. I'm not going to the club unless it's my own club that I own, which that's a dream of mine, is to own my own club where I can highlight independent artists, get their name out there as a true promotional person, So it's just, hey, just home tap. Yeah, stop by and get out when I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, thank you, baby. Glad you back. I was going to end the live, but I'm just like that. You don't need to stay around and hold no conversation with me, bro. You don't need to hug me. You don't need to be doing none of that. I don't need none of that. Okay. I got touched enough as a kid. That's another thing. I think that made me like I am too. When you were touched as a child, when you didn't want to be touched, now you, as a grown up, you don't be touched by nobody. Jazz used to want to come in for a hug, and she was the only person I could hug freely. Try to be, because I don't want to be miserable. And if I'm miserable, I'm going to make you miserable. Okay? So I don't like pretending to be something that I'm not, because that's another reason why I don't lie a lot, because you have to remember a lie. And I got ADD, and my ADD will kick in. I've been sent my own self to prison. Been snitched on myself. In fact, that's what my mother used to say. She said, Charlene, out of my 3 kids, she said, you'll start out trying to lie, and all I got to do is look at you. And she was absolutely right. Me and my mother be talking, and she'll ask me a question, and I'm getting ready to lie, and I'll look at her, and I'll try to put that lie out there, and she'll just keep looking at me. I'm like, you know what? I give up. This is how it really happened. Now her biological daughter, not my sister, just her daughter, she could lie, and you got taking a picture of her, she'll keep on lying. Okay? She'll keep on lying. Just lie, because for sport. We not friends, we ain't cool, we ain't none of them shit. That's just my mother's daughter. My mother got a son too. That was my dude. I loved him like he was mine. I really did. But let's just say I don't have family. And then I have family, but it's me and my son-in-law now. It's me and him holding this down because our nucleus has been taken away from us. But she's still here with me. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this live. But anyway, like I said, getting back to the bullshit. I'm just like this. I'm not gonna be around you like I had this one dude. He thought he was a pimp from the Himalayas somewhere, right? Until he ran into me. Yeah, I like you, but you dumb as a box of rocks, my guy. You asked me to fill out your income tax papers for you. You can't fill out a job application. I had to hire you. I had to hire you for a job for the company that I was running for. So if you didn't know me, bruh. Anyway, I shouldn't have to do all that. Now, you still not paying the rent. I'm still paying the rent. Then getting you a job. And you got the nerve to mess around with somebody else I gave a job to? Really? Oh, y'all can have each other. Cause see, I begged for nothing. I've been alone too long. I've been alone too long. And no, I'm not the most beautiful thing out there, but I'd rather be by myself than to put up with anybody's bullshit. I've never been built that way. I've never been that lonely. Never been that lonely. And maybe that comes from the abuse. You might as well call it what it is. Maybe that comes from the abuse that I suffered at the hands of two grown ass men. Okay. So it's just like it is what it is with you, my guy. I don't care, because sex ain't my number one thing for me. Because to me, I had somebody in I posted a picture of Jazz because she is my story, so I put her in my stories. And this dude starts talking to me, and then he comes to my DM and tells me, I want to kiss you all over. Do you understand, for a person that does not want to have sex with you, to come and say, I want to kiss you all over? I know that is not sexy. That is not what I want. And who told you I want you nasty, bruh? You don't even know me from a house cat. You don't even know if I clean my cat. Okay, but you want to say something like that to me? That is not cute. Especially for a person that does not want to have anything to do with sex. Because see, I'm still paying attention. Y'all ain't shit. Ain't nothing changed since 1962 when I came out the womb. Okay. If I'm telling you, say, hey, you single? Yeah, and I like it that way. If that ain't giving you a hint, I can't tell you. What can I say to you? What can I say to you to make you understand? Keep the PP over there, because I don't even want to see it. Okay, I'm cool, bruh. I'm cool. I'm so chill. Smoke a blunt with me. Do that. Where the weed at? Do that. Where the music at? Because other than that, we don't have nothing to discuss. I'm serious. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm serious. I don't want nothing to do with that. Okay? I'm just not into it. You can keep your little Peter Weeder and you keep your mama's son over there. Okay? Keep your mama's son over there, because I like, now that's a shame. I liked my daughter's father's mother better than I liked him. And that was, and me and him had a baby together. Okay, I liked his mama better than I liked him. That's a damn shame. See, when you get to that point where you can get rid of the man and keep his mama, you don't belong in a relationship. I knew I didn't belong in a relationship with a dude that was living with me. Yeah, when I say living with me, not me living with him. When he come and talk to me, tell me something. Well, I may have made a decision to do something, which ain't none of y'all business. I ain't gonna tell y'all that. He said, you should have asked me first. My neck snapped. I was like, oh, yo, homie. Wait a minute, bro. We don't do that over here. I'm not that girl. I'm gonna call you heavy. I swear to God, I am. I'm gonna call you. I've been on my bullshit, man. I've been on my bullshit, and I'm finally doing my first official podcast, and I'm putting it out just like this. I'm not editing anything, because when you come to this podcast, you get what you get. You get my story time, and then later on, me and Heavy, we're gonna sit up and we're gonna do something. We got some music coming at y'all. We're gonna sit up and listen to y'all music and see if y'all can get in some of these live shows and take some of this money that these people are offering. I'm looking for people that I can represent in these live shows. Cause y'all don't do it. Y'all don't do it. Y'all don't represent yourself in live shows. So I know some live shows. I'll sit there and put your music out for you, but you got to be good enough. Okay. Now, when I put my daughter's stuff out, you can say what you want to say, cause I don't care. Cause I'm gonna make sure her get out. I got her back, and she's not even here no more. But I bet your music get out, one way or the other, by hook or by crook. It's gonna happen, you know, and it's gonna happen the right way. But like I say, y'all get into these relationships, and y'all be bed hopping and end up with the bump. Yo, y'all need to start checking these people out. If they, man, listen, everything that look good ain't good. There's a couple people walking around right now. I ain't gonna tell you business though. They got the bump, and they run around slinging peen like it ain't nothing. Just out there. Okay. Yeah. Got to get it planned out. You know, okay. Like right now, I had wrote down but let me tell you how bad my ADD is, y'all. And this is gonna be part of the live to the podcast too, because like I said, I'm not editing anything out. This is what you call a person with ADD that take part in the smoking of the stuff, the leaves, you know, because you certain things you can't put on YouTube, and I plan on uploading this to YouTube. Girl, they got the bum. Okay, walking around trying to smoke your weed, hit your blunt. No, bro. I'm looking at your bum. And plus, I see the scab. And then somebody had already told me that you had. So no, you can't hit my. You know, what you need to do is no. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. Trying to pass that out. No. See, y'all take chances with your life. I don't have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. But y'all take chances with y'all life with these sketchy ass. Now I did some sketchy. Look, it was the 70s, okay? Yeah, it was the 70s. So yeah, I was born in 62. Yeah, it was. Yep, in the 70s, 70s and 80s. I can't say nothing about nobody, really. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing about none of these young girls. But now I do know that being a stripper wasn't a goal back then either. Being what they would call freelancer was not a goal back then. See, that was your daddy was for, to keep you off the pole. My daddy kept me off the pole. So I'm gonna brag about that for a minute now. Like I said, my life was not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, and I'm gonna have y'all walk through this walk with me. I'm gonna come back and tell stories, because I am a traumatized human being, and I know it. I know I'm traumatized. I know it, and I'm a walking trauma center. Okay. I mean, I just spent 3 weeks in the hospital after my baby got 3 weeks in the hospital because my defibrillator that keeps my heart pumping actually decided to come out of my chest, literally. They had never seen nothing like it. I guess not. The wire is, you see the wire right there, bro? That's cutting through my skin. So can we do something about this? So yeah, that's why I was in the hospital 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and I think I lost. By the time that they weighed me one time, I was 145 pounds. I was like, yo, hold on. You were just 176 the other day. See, when you're sad, I'm not gonna claim depression. I'm not claiming that because that's what the so-called experts want to label you as. I'm not depressed, I'm pissed. Okay? There's a difference. I had to think about it myself. I'm not depressed. I'm pissed off. And I got questions that can't be answered. Yeah, I have questions that can't be answered. I want to know, why was I kept a secret? And why did everybody know? Even my mama, boyfriend, family knew. How did they find out? Wasn't married to him. That was a boyfriend, not your husband. They should not have been able to talk about me like that. So that means my mother gave them license to talk about me because I was not like them. Her biological son even said it to me. My mother's biological son. He said, I should have known it was something because you didn't act like us. No, I sure the fuck didn't, because I'm not you. Shit y'all call exciting wasn't exciting to me. Like getting all the way dressed up to go window shop. So what I look like? I'm not used to that. When I went shopping, I was able to go into the store and buy things. I'm not going to go window shop. I'm going to spend all day at the mall window shopping. No, I'm not doing it. You want to go? Nope, sure don't. Go have fun. Do you, boo-boo. But when I go to the store, I'm going to go buy something because I was spoiled. My daddy bought my clothes until I was like 25. I had my own clothing account because I was a big girl. I was 354 pounds. Okay. See, that's another thing. I think that the abuse led to me eating my feelings. So by the time I was 25, yeah, I was out there, bro. 300. By the time my daughter was like, I lost weight. Got down to 213 pounds when I gave birth to her. When I had her, I got down to 213 pounds on my own. And I won't tell you what was happening, but I got down to 213 pounds. I got pregnant with her, went back up to 280, and it never stopped. I kept going and kept going and kept going and got bigger and bigger and bigger because I was in an abusive relationship. So now I'm double eating. Double eating. I'm eating. So I went up to 354 pounds because I was miserable. I didn't like him. He was abusive, physically, mentally, tormenting me. But I thought that my daughter needed a father. But I spent 1 year in that crap and I got the hell out. See, your kids remember that because my daughter, I thought she wouldn't remember it. But she did. She remembered it. So you have to watch what you do and watch what happens in front of your kids because they remember it. I didn't discourage her from seeing her biological father. I did not discourage her because that was not my job. It was her feelings because she remembered what she saw. I tried the relationship thing. I can't do it. That's not a goal for me. And it gets under my skin for somebody to even make a pass at me. That's how far removed I am from looking for that anymore. I'm 58. Yeah, I don't care. I'm cool. Leave me with my lettuce and enough roses to roll my lettuce in, and a lighter, something to drink, cold water, soda, a bed, my 3 dogs, my son-in-law. I'm good. I was perfectly happy when my daughter was here. Yeah, I know I was still shoving my stuff down back, in the back, but that's how I had to do it to survive. Now I got to pull it out and deal with it to survive. My whole world has been flipped upside down. Now I have to deal with stuff head on. I have to deal with it head on. And I don't want to, but I have to. I don't have no other choice. So it is what it is. But I don't know. Yeah, when I send it, I put this up here because I don't want any copyrighted music. When you send in your music for it to be reviewed, please don't send in copyrighted music, because I could lose my little page and get copyright strikes and stuff like that. Now, once I figure out how to get it where I won't lose a copyright strike, I'll do that. But other than that, we're not playing copyrighted music. See how I'm learning how to do stuff, and you are watching in real time me learning how to do stuff on my own. It looked pretty good. I'm pretty kind of proud of myself right now. But anyway, I will see you guys on the next upload or the next live, which will be, what is today? Friday. I will see you guys Monday. I hope you all have a very, 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 very beautiful weekend. A blessed weekend. A happy weekend. Take it easy.
Do you want to be in love with a real one? Or you just want to cut? Fuck lay in the pipe. Love me for life. Keep saying you will, but I feel like you won't. Want me around if